It was once a 30,000-strong army. The Moro National Liberation Front, or MNLF, led a rebellion against the Philippine government in the 1960s. It wanted a separate homeland for the Moro people of the southern Philippines. But its leader has now told Al Jazeera it was a movement backed by a powerful ally, Malaysia. Professor Nur Miswari says they received funding, weapons and training from the Malaysian government.
Malaysia, was in a state, let us say, a state of war with Marcos. In order to survive, they needed us to divert Marcos' ire from Sabah, from Malaysia.
Malaysia chose to arm the Moros after plans were exposed for the Philippines under former President Ferdinand Marcos to retake the Malaysian-held region of Sabah. For Malaysia, it was an obvious alliance.
We want to protect ourselves, and these Moros came and asked for help. So when you are in that situation, well, we extended help to them.
But years later, this strategy may be backfiring. Some of the MNLF fighters that Malaysia once empowered are now fighting against its own forces in Sabah. Although the MNLF leader says he did not sanction the current incursion, he admits some of his fighters have now allied themselves with the self-styled Royal Sulu Army. That's the group that came from southern Philippines last month, demanding the right to permanently stay in Sabah. Fighting between them and the Malaysian military has left more than 70 people dead.
Nowadays, we're much more aware of what's called blowback, the unintended consequences in the future of your efforts. This is one of those times when a people's movement that was assisted by a government can then cause government problems many decades later.
Now, Malaysia is brokering peace talks in Mindanao between another armed group, the Moro Islamic Liberation Front, and the Philippine government. Miswari says Malaysia has long deserted the MNLF struggle, but that it may take far longer before it disentangles itself from the past. Jamela Alindogan, Al Jazeera, Manila.